Hello and welcome. This is Angie with thecountrychiccottage.net, and today we're going to use Cricut Infusible Ink again. So we've used this before, and I have a basics video on Infusible Ink. I'll link that below in the description. So if you're having trouble understanding any of the steps that we're going through, definitely check out the Infusible Ink basics video. But today we're going to take it one step further. We're actually going to use the Infusible Ink to make a distressed t-shirt. So if you've ever wanted to make a distressed shirt, didn't know how to do it with like heat transfer vinyl or something like that, then Infusible Ink is definitely for you. Super easy process, and I'm actually wearing the shirt I created. So let's get started first by cutting the Infusible Ink and then making the shirt design. To make this shirt, you'll need some Cricut Infusible Ink transfer sheets. I'm using the warm gray. You'll need some butcher paper, white cardstock, some sandpaper, some kind of shirt to put your Infusible Ink on. So I'm using a Cricut Infusible Ink compatible shirt. You can use a different shirt, but you need to make sure that it will work with sublimation. So something like a sublimation blank, 100% polyester shirt. But I know these Cricut shirts will work and that they last a long time, so I actually like those. And then a lint roller. You might need some tweezers for your weeding. And then you will need the easy press or something that goes up to a high temperature. And I'm actually using the largest size because I sized my design to be pretty big and I want to press it all at one time, so that's important with Infusible Ink as well. And then you'll also need the easy press mat. So I'm actually going to use two different sizes of mats. I'm going to use the medium and the large because I'm going to try to put one inside the shirt. Definitely not required, but something that I personally like to do when I'm pressing my shirts. Alright, so I've cut my design out of the Infusible Ink, and the first thing I'm going to do is remove it from the mat. So I have a post, if any of this is really confusing, I have a post about the basics of Infusible Ink with a video, so you can check the description for this video for a link for that. And it might help you a little bit understand the basics, especially if you're confused about some of the steps that we're taking. So then I'm going to cut around my design. So this just helps me save this Infusible Ink. So it is pretty pricey and I want to save as much as possible for other projects. So I always cut around my design. I'm going to set this aside for other projects. And then we can start weeding. So weeding is a bit different for this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is something they call cracking. And I like to do it in both directions. So it's just kind of bending the Infusible Ink sheet a little. And then I like to find the edge next and start peeling that back. So then we just peel that back and leave just what you want on your shirt should be on your transfer sheet. And you don't want to use a traditional weeding tool with this, as it can scratch it and actually ruin the Infusible Ink. Now this one we're going for a distressed look, so the scratching probably wouldn't matter, but just get in the habit of only using tweezers and not picking this up with something like a hook. So then once your entire design is weeded, we're actually going to do the distressing before we press it. So we're just going to take a piece of sandpaper. So this is a fairly strong grip sandpaper, and you just want to rough up the Infusible Ink. Now this is completely up to you as far as how rough you would like this to be. So you can go for a really distressed look or a somewhat distressed look. So with these thin letters, I'm just doing it a little across the surface. And with the thicker letters, I'll probably do a little more. Then you'll just want to tap it lightly to get any ink that might be stuck to the sticky paper. And you still might have some ink fibers left on the sticky paper. So this is just a piece of painter's tape, like a light grip, and you can actually just kind of roll it around your fingers and then pick up any of those little pieces that you sanded off. I have my big Easy Press mat on the table, and then I have my shirt, and we're going to put the other Easy Press mat, the medium size, and it covered with a piece of white cardstock on the inside. This actually has a few wrinkles in it, so I'm going to press that really quick before we start. And then I'm going to let that cool for just a second. And then we're just going to lint roll the shirt, make sure everything's off of it. Cover it with butcher paper. And then we're just going to press to get all the moisture out of the shirt itself. So here you just want to press for about 15 seconds. Then we can remove this and remove the butcher paper. Now you're going to want to let this cool. So if you add the infusible ink sheet now, the ink will actually start to transfer to your shirt, which you do not want. So we're going to let this cool completely before we continue. So now our shirt is cool to the touch. We're just going to add our design. So I'm going to use the V as the center point. We just want to make sure it's stuck down well, so the transfer paper itself is sticky and you don't want it to move. And then we'll cover with clean butcher paper. The butcher paper needs to be larger than the design, and the Easy Press itself that you're using needs to be larger than the design as well. You also don't want to get the Easy Press on any seams, so I'm going to set my Easy Press below that seam. And you just want to press for the recommended time and temperature. Once the Easy Press beeps, you want to slowly lift it up and be sure not to disturb or move anything in the stack below. And then I'm going to lift the butcher paper straight up. We're going to let this cool a few seconds so it won't burn your hand or anything, and then we'll lift it back. Then just peel back. Peel back the liner, and you may have a few pieces that are left on the shirt, and it's okay. We'll pick those up with some tweezers. And that's how you make a distressed shirt with infusible ink. So I bet you never knew how easy it was to make a distressed shirt with infusible ink. Now, you want the cut file for this shirt, I will drop a link for that in the description below. It's actually an exclusive to our Cricut Facebook group. Join the group, get free SVG files every month, including my Y'all is Authentic. So if yours is as well, then be sure to head to our group, join it, and download the free SVG. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything we've covered today, please ask them in the comment section below. Have questions about infusible ink itself, ask them below as well, and I will try to answer them. So you might also want to head to our YouTube channel, as we have Cricut videos every week, and you might just want to subscribe. So thank y'all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week with a Cricut video. Thanks y'all. Bye.